Alright, so I did say that I was going to talk about this right after I beat it Ratchet Clank Rift Apart, and I did say that I was going to make a video about this whenever I have time. Yesterday, I was just pretty tired. I was planning to stream, but I was like, you know what, maybe I should go to sleep. I need to take a nap. I need to go to sleep. I need to relax and just refresh, you know. So when I played Ratchet Clank Rift Apart, this was a game that I've been wanting to play ever since I wanted to get the PlayStation 5 with it as a bundle with the PlayStation 5 console and the Ratchet Clank Rift Apart game. Problem is that I didn't have enough money to get it, and with me trying to convince my parents to combine my money with their money, they still said no because we needed the money, like me and my family needed the money for food, water, gas money, resources that we need in life, all right? And I understand that. Back then, I just wanted to get the PS5 because that was the console I've been looking forward to. And even though my brothers were convincing me to get the Xbox Series X because that was the available console except for the PS5, there was multiple counts of murders and people killing each other for this console. Luckily, I got this console and it was the only one left in my local Walmart in my hometown. And mind you, I didn't think I would get this. But after like 4 years of me saving up so much money, actually 5 years of me wanting to get this console after the announcement being made by Sony, I finally got the PS5 and I can play games that are only available for the PS5, like Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. I didn't know that this game was only on the PS5. I thought it was just a PS4 and PS5 game, but it's not a PS4, PS5 game. It's only just a PS5 game, a PS5 exclusive game for the PS5. Now back to Ratchet Clank Rift Apart. After 2 years, okay, I forgot that I've been wanting to get this game, okay? That game is 2 years old and it still feels brand new. Right after I beat it the 2016 PS4 release of Ratchet Clank, I went on the search bar to find Ratchet Clank Rift Apart on the PlayStation 5. Keep in mind, I beat it the 2016 PS4 release of Ratchet Clank on the PS5. When I searched up Ratchet Clank Rift Apart, it was $70. I was baffled and I was in so much disbelief that this game is $70. So now I have to wait for myself to get enough money to get this game. But there was a 50% off sale for this game to be sold. It said that the game is sold for $29.39, but if you multiply that number twice, that doesn't equal $70. But I guess it only makes sense to the PlayStation standards. I don't know. So I took the advantage. I bought the game, and also before I played it, I got like a flashback of the memes when this game got announced and there was a female Lombax, which is the species that Ratchet is, and I thought that this character was called Lombax, but no, it's called Rivet. When I first saw the name for Rivet in the subtitles, I thought you say Rivet like Rivet, but it was the wrong way to pronounce it. It was actually Rivet. When I played it from start to finish, it was good, and I still hate Captain Quark for being the so-called hero, but it's just more of just a couch potato. But all in all, I had a lot of fun playing this game from start to finish, and what got me interested into making this video in the first place is that when I searched up about some teasers or some clues talking about if there's gonna be a new Ratchet and Clank game is gonna be in the future, I saw an article talking about, oh, we might get a new Ratchet and Clank game in the next 5 years. Just a bold prediction being said. But there was a controversy that is related to a character that's being in the story, in the main story of Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, that a person that works in Insomniac Games that labeled this character of what it's not being portrayed and got a lot of backlash from it, using her position while working for Insomniac Games, playing the victim. And even though not a lot of people agree with this, but some people agree with it, and it just started a whole controversy. The character that I'm going to be talking about is Rivet. Now, it's nothing being portrayed as stereotypical or how it acts or like the main story whatsoever. Pretty sure the entire internet simps this character to the very gospel when it first got shown in the PlayStation Showcase back in 2021. I wasn't aware of this until I saw the memes. The person that works in Insomniac Games said that Rivet is canonically a lesbian. Now, I played through the whole main story of Ratchet Clank Rift Apart, and she did not have a love interest, okay? It was more of a connection and bond with Kit as a companion and Ratchet as a friend, even though that Ratchet and Rivet are both Lombaxes from different dimensions, being shown in the game. Not once have I seen that Rivet has a partner or a significant other that she is emotionally attached to in a romantic way, if that makes sense, throughout the entire story. Now, with the person making this bold statement while working for Insomniac Games, it doesn't make sense to me. Even if she is a lesbian, okay? I wouldn't mind it. But you making that bold assumption, even though I played through the entire story, just doesn't sound right. The person I'm going to be talking about is going by the name of Sam Mags, making a tweet saying, also, Rivet is canonically a lesbian, being quoted and being posted by the tweet confirmed by herself. Dominic Mossiv makes a tweet saying, oh crap, well, there goes the chance of Rivet, which is the ship with Ratchet and Rivet being a canonical couple, being canon, and R2 makes a reply saying, I think this would be a controversy of the franchise. What do you mean? After that tweet, there will be fans who are for or against Rivet's sexuality. The fact that Rivet is or isn't a lesbian, for better or worse, doesn't matter to me. It only matters that Ratchet continues with more adventures. Well, we already know there is gonna be more, and I mean, yeah, it doesn't stop anyone from doing their own content, so I don't know what the fuss is about. It's just a game series. The fuss has already started. Fans are upset and others are relieved. Believe me, every game will be a controversy, good or bad, for a comment from a developer. If Rivet is a lesbian, that's fine, but if she's not, that's fine. Yeah, I think that person who said has just created an all-out war by the looks of it. Well, I'd rather not get in trouble. It's just a comment she barely said, and it's too late to say it's canon. But if it is, okay, everything is fine. And also, when there is a controversy, the subject will be discussed in the days until the fans shut up. I ain't getting involved, but it is going to be an all-out war for those guys that take it seriously. Don't worry, let's just stay out of it. Discussions will end sooner or later. Plus, it's just a late comment. True, still, she really woke up the hornet's nest doing this. It's her problem if she wanted to start a war. I will only be a spectator watching the chaos. Yep, what a show it will be. Just reported this. Wow. Just reported this. Just reported the. Just reported the. Oh my God. Just reported the tweet for spamming, guys. It's the same Elsa's drama for some years, but now with Rivet. And here's my thing, alright? Even if she did wanted to make this tweet just to start a war, just to get a reaction, you know how risky that is just to lose a position and to work in a multi-million-dollar development studio that provides games from people's childhoods? Like, involving Ratchet and Clank, for example. Like, this is Insomniac Games. This is the same people that made Spider-Man and announced Wolverine. And after a whole day when this drama happened, a report being made by Eurogamer makes an article titled Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart lead writer claims work has been erased. The lead writer on Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart has claimed her work has been erased following a GDC talk by Insomniac lead designer Mark Stewart. As reported yesterday, Stewart discussed the development of Rivet, including gameplay elements and character's name. However, lead writer Sam Max has responded to IGN's coverage stating it's pretty upsetting and frankly offensive that she wasn't included in Stewart's talk, adding, quote, sucks to have my work erased. Mags, the person being talked about, who has since left the studio, states that she was not credited for her work in the game but was included instead under special thanks. Seems like Mark's GDC talk makes it sound like a bunch of this stuff sprung up from nowhere. I was one of like 4 people in that room for most of Rivet's development. I was the one who said we can't call her Ratchet. Gadget and Rivet were me. Sucks to have my work erased. This speaks to a broader issue of game This speaks to a broader issue of game dev. This speaks to a broader issue of game devs being. Oh my God. This speaks to a broader issue of game devs being entirely erased from the narrative of their own work once they leave a studio. I'm not even credited as a writer on this game despite dedicating a year and a half of my life to it and creating Rivet's personality from scratch. In a separate thread, she details how the name Rivet came out. She began with 3 core concepts. She ideally also be named after a tool or mechanism. She also be 2 syllables to evoke the similarity on speaking. Ideally should end up with a hard sound, like rivet, ratchet, or like ribbit, like the sound of a frog. I get what she was trying to do. This led to her short list of names, including Hammer, Socket, and Gadget, the latter of which was already taken by other known characters. Eventually, the team settled on the name Rivet from her short list, a name that has since been a tribute to Insomniac programmer David Kim. Quote, I just want to stress, as I did in my other thread, that none of this works without the team, said Max on Twitter. Quote, I came up with these guidelines. We shoot around ideas that fit within that box. I assemble a short list. We vote on names together. This is how the best level design happens too. Quote, that's why being cut out of the conversation hurts so much. It's a team effort. But at that end of the day, as a lead writer, naming her was my job and my responsibility. And I was brought onto this project specifically to be a voice for the players who needed Rivet in their lives. And here's the tweet being shown right here. Max has given additional information on the character too, including that Rivet is, quote, canonically a lesbian, despite not having a relationship in the game. Trust me, I played throughout the entire game. She does not have a significant other or a partner that she's engaged or attracted to in the story. Max also fought over the character's design, including removing makeup and breasts. Quote, at one point, my CD yelled at me in front of the whole office because I kept saying Lombax's titties very loudly in the office whenever anyone would bring up Rivet's design, and it made people uncomfortable, she said. And yeah, people will be uncomfortable when you're gonna say that out loud in the office, and of course you got yelled at, rightfully so. Like if I hear somebody say Lombax's titties out loud, like if I'm trying to get a Whopper from my local Burger King, I'm just gonna consider that this person is either doing this for clout, is not mentally okay, or just wanting to get attention. She credits 3D artist Xavier Coelho Costolni and senior technical artist Sol Brennan for ensuring Rivet got jacked as hell. When a fan questioned if there's a canonical truth in Rivet being trans, given she has a tail, what? Max responded that she loved the theory but hadn't initially thought of it. Is there any canonical truth that she's trans given that she has a tail? How does that make sense? I love this fan theory. I can say that I didn't think of it when working on her initially. I'm cis and also stupid, but I am 10,000% in support of it. So just a quick recap as to what happened to her after she got out of Insomniac Games for the sake of her being confidently incorrect. With her labeling the second main character, or I should say the second protagonist in Ratchet Clank Rift Apart, labeling her as a lesbian even though she doesn't have a significant other or a partner that she is attracted to or in relation to throughout the entire main story, and saying this for the sake of getting attention even though she is the lead writer but not the director of Ratchet Clank Rift Apart. It just doesn't make any sense, okay, for you like making this bold claim. I mean, yeah, props to her for creating Rivet and the designs for the project being made for the next installment to the Ratchet Clank franchise. But what doesn't make any sense is that how you out yourself for spewing BS throughout the internet and just saying this stuff for the sake of getting attention. Although it doesn't make any sense in the slightest that is related to the character or story, causing wildfire and starting a war in between the fan base and the people working at Insomniac Games, being part of the production of Insomniac Games, getting out of the production of Insomniac Games, and then playing victim for the sake of just making up stuff. Okay, now even if Rivet was a lesbian, okay, I wouldn't mind it. Like there's nothing to be mad about, except for some people calling it woke. Okay, that's on them. But you saying that Rivet is a lesbian, although she doesn't have a person that she is attracted to or in relationship with, and then just gonna say that, oh, Rivet could be trans, but that wouldn't make any sense, even though it's just a bold claim. All right, like even if a character is trans, it would show the characteristics of the character being trans. But this is just a female designed character and not a trans designed character. I mean, to sum it all, this person has probably lost her mind, okay, and just started this for the sake of starting a war. I don't know what was her plan. Like, if I ever did this, I have every right to be outed in the position working at Insomniac Games just to spew out BS, just to start a war with the fan base and cause trouble in the production and development for the Ratchet Clank game series. But yeah, even though this entire controversy happened a year ago, that didn't really bother me much because I still played the game and I had a lot of fun with it. I just don't understand what was her plan here for just making these bold claims. And yeah, man, it's just not looking good. All right, let me know what you guys think about the video. I've been wanting to make a video about this. I don't know how long this is going to take for me to edit this video, but this was pretty interesting to talk about and hard to understand what this person was trying to do, all right, to make it public towards the internet and in the public eye. Let me know what you guys think. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, leave a like, subscribe, comment down below what you think about the video. This is Wolf Duck Gray, and I'll see y'all later. See ya.